However, mobile gaming, that sounds scary, and I'm joined by Tom Phillips, the true believer, and perhaps the slightly more jaded thinker, when it comes to Nintendo at least.
I'm not jaded.
It's Wesley Ian Poole.
Skeptical, healthy skepticism.
Okay, that's another way of describing
Pessimistic, I think.
To be honest, I'm supposed to be the kind of the neutral figure between the two of you. I'm slightly edging on the side of skepticism myself. I hear Nintendo, I hear mobile, and I hear the publisher that they're kind of teaming up with, and it doesn't look great. It looks a bit freemium.
Don't get me wrong, I am skeptical too, but I have faith.
Okay.
I have faith.
Here we are. I
have faith because Nintendo has talked about this for a very long time, and
that's true.
They do need to leverage mobile platforms to promote their own IP. Obviously, this generation, the Wii U and 3DS, have not been anywhere near as successful as they needed to be. So something needs to change, and the fact that everyone has a smart device in their pockets, Nintendo should be doing this sort of thing already. They should be promoting their own games more. The level of quality in their games has not decreased. They are still a fantastic developer, making some of the... excuse me?
Another debate. Time for another debate.
Okay, they still make great games. You can't argue with that. That is true. They still make great games.
Excuse me that you came out with them was brilliant.
Excuse me? They still make great games, but not enough people play them. And this is something that I think this new partnership will help promote games to new customers. And if they can, they've already said they're not going to port games. Whatever they do, I think, is always going to point people towards their first-party platforms. And as you said, they did speak very briefly about this new platform that they are developing and they will unveil next year, just to reinforce the fact that this is not going to be, the new direction for their business. This is going to be something that will support their business without cannibalizing it.
All right. Okay, Wes.
Well, I agree with the point that Nintendo had to do something because obviously Wii U and 3DS isn't working. But the point of this is to make money. And the only way you can make money on mobile is to create the kind of games that you hate, that people like core gamers generally hate. And there's no getting around that. Like, they're not going to make demos that point people towards a Wii U.
You're saying that these games are going to be replacements for the core games?
No, I'm not. Of course they're not. They're not going to replace anything. It's just it's a money-making exercise. The point of it all is to make money.
It's a supplementary thing, yeah.
Yeah, but there's still the supplement is to make money. Because the core game stuff right now isn't doing it.
If Nintendo want to make a free-to-play Pokemon Shuffle sort of game, as they've already done, and put it on iPhones, fine. If that funds a new Zelda game, I'm absolutely happy with that because I don't need to play Pokemon Shuffle. I do anyway, but that's not the point.
You're part of the problem.
No, it's not.
Yes, They made Pokemon Shuffle to find out if they could do this.
We've also,
and
I think
sent them a message.
I think the wheels have been motion for a little bit longer. The other thing is that yes, they are doing mobile games, but what they really need is some kind of unified membership program, which they've just announced. They're rubbish with online systems. They're terrible with user accounts. They've always, been far behind the other platforms.
With the internet.
Yeah, and DNA, or Dina as I like to call it.
Don't call it.
DNA know this because they've got that Mobage smartphone social network thing. So I think that is a really cool thing.
How does that work, by the way? Because one of the reasons they teamed up with these guys specifically was they've already got a system based mainly in Japan, right? Yeah,
if you think about it as kind of, it's not a great analogy, but kind of like Steam for mobile phones. So you can see what other people are doing. It's just the sort of thing that you would want. So Nintendo right now, you can see when your friends are online on Wii U, but you can't see if they're online on 3DS, I think. Okay. So, and they've always been rubbish with friend accounts and.
So you see this as a way of connecting all those devices.
Yeah, and Nintendo aren't good at this sort of thing themselves. So they've been talking about some kind of thing where, they wanted to put eShop and Miiverse on PC and smartphone, and they've kind of bodged it, but it's not great. And some way of having a unified gaming platform where people feel connected, like Xbox Live managed to do for 360. That'd be great.
Okay, that's something positive to latch onto, surely, Wes.
You're talking.
Sounds lovely.
You're talking like all of the Nintendo fanboys. Whenever something remotely bad is sort of happening, and you're not quite sure how to deal with it, it's like, oh, it's good for the great. It's for the greater good. Right? We will all benefit. I want you to picture this. At Christmas time,
doomsday scenario.
No, not doomsday. Although it might be. At Christmas time.
Have you read Neo Gav?
Christmas time, Nintendo and DNA release a free-to-play mobile game starring Mario.
Here we go.
In which it's an endless runner. I want you to picture that you've downloaded this onto your phone, right? It's an endless runner, free to play, and the monetization is just as bad as you imagine, yeah? It's just like all the other endless runners. Now you've got Mario.
You're Mario,
him?
Tom Phillips.
Mario the plumber. Right?
As opposed to Mario the electrician.
Mario the plumber, right? And he's running for his life.
He can't stop running,
because
Tom.
Bowser is chasing him, yeah. And you jump by accident, you smash
Bowser
your
is a
head into
metaphor
some
for IAPs,
wall,
by the way.
and you've run out of lives, yeah. And you can pay
69p for a
a
1-up. Yeah.
Right now, tell me what is your soul? Tell me how your soul is going to feel at that moment.
Look, what?
No, I want you to answer the
How is your
question.
soul
I don't want
going
your the greater good crap. I don't want your it's going to fund my HD Zelda crap. How are you going to feel in your heart when that happens?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh no! Look,
It's
how
not going
will
to
you
happen.
feel?
Iwata has said that they know they built up goodwill and they will not erode it. I don't see them putting out crap like that.
But look,
I just don't.
Okay, right. Look at DNA's history of mobile games.
DNA
What
are
do they
not
look
going to
like?
be developing the games. They're working on the back end primarily. They're working on the servers.
But if they put out good games, they're not going to make any money. They're
Why?
not.
What?
Because
Games
good
make money?
No, great games tend not to make money on iOS. They just don't. Speak to anyone in the business. The games that make money are Clash of Clans and Candy Crush and that war game with that ridiculous advert.
Yeah.
Right?
With Kate Upton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Bejeweled Blitz. Simpsons Tap It, whatever it was called.
I think that they can do that without making it as tacky as that example. Yeah.
Now, here, the blindness of
No,
I
think that they know how it's going to be received, and they will be at least careful about how they use their IP.
Did
Yeah, okay.
Pokemon Shuffle convince you of this?
You know what? I still play Pokemon Shuffle.
I know, but we have also did a video where we said we weren't a huge fan of how that handles IPs.
Yeah, but
So,
that was back in.
To be fair,
a few weeks ago.
like Iwata in the past has talked, as you said, quite strongly about cheapening Nintendo with mobile games and wanted to avoid
That lasted long, didn't it?
Well, there's potential, I guess, that there will still be some restraint on their part.
Yeah.
When it comes
So
to
right now we're hoping for restraint.
So in the investor thing today, you know, he said, okay, this might look like a U-turn, but we have been saying that we're going to do something on mobile platforms for a long time. It's true. If you go and look back in their previous statements, they've been wanting to do this for ages. They've just never done it because I think you do need to partner with someone who actually knows the platform to do it.
But I return to the soul question. We're human beings, right? Grew up playing incredible Nintendo games. We love Mario and what he stands for. But to see him reduced to that kind of experience,
to put it
there's
bluntly,
got to be something inside you that sheds a little tear. Surely somewhere.
I think the bottom line is, will they still make good quality games for their own first-party platforms that you won't be able to get anywhere else? And Nintendo as a business relies upon that, and I don't see that changing. This is just an additional revenue stream.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, the additional revenue streams...
Look, was I tempted to go buy a McDonald's Happy Meal? Maybe, you know, but I didn't.
Oh my God.
But I didn't.
I bought one.
Really?
Just for one of those things.
I bought one so we could do an unboxing.
That's quite funny, actually.
Wow, okay.
Sorry. But yeah, so I guess we're really not going to resolve this. The rest of this video, if we let it go on any longer, is Wes pointing at Tom saying, well, how does your soul feel?
Where's your soul?
So I guess
when the first game comes out.
When is that? They said that's going to be
this year
at some point.
Yeah. So when all eyes are going to be on this game. Can you imagine?
I think the proof will be in the pudding. And you know,
actually in the eating of the pudding, and most people get that phrase wrong.
Okay.
So yes, Nintendo going mobile. It doesn't sound amazing, but yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Nintendo fans.
Stay
strong.
It's all right, Tom. Cool.